Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to some Super Smash Brothers Ultimate here at the University of Wisconsin River Falls. I'm your host, James, and I'm going to be casting Smash Brothers. I know you're not used to me in some sort of fighting game, right? What even is this? This isn't League. This isn't a MOBA. But this is exactly what we're doing here today before leading up to League. We have some big implications on this match, though. As people who have people who have read the description and title already know, this is North Central Tech College that River Falls is facing off against today. This will be the final regular season match of WECC. Not only are they in our region, and they are playing us in our last seasonal match to basically figure out which pool we're going to be a part of in the playoffs, but this is going to be our rival team that we have been amping up to beat the entire season. River Falls going through quite the gauntlet of Swiss this semester, playing the juggernaut teams of the region in both Whitewater and Milwaukee. So honestly, a lot of people in River Falls are thinking that this is going to be a solid 2-0. This is going to be an easy match. But if North Central Tech College can bring the heat, we'll have quite a match on our hands. However, as we're seeing right now, UWRF 1, our Incineroar player, is absolutely bringing the heat. Min is now trying to edge guard right now, but is immediately caught out by that command grab. Cannot dodge that, unfortunately, is unable to shield it. And there's a final smash right there after the recovery on that ledge. 2-3 favoring River Falls. Oh my goodness, these command grabs are absolutely going ballistic right now. Oh, and a great recovery from the Incineroar. Attempted footstool on the Min, but didn't even need it, as the recovery from her up special didn't even land onto the ledge. Really well played right now. Now we're going to go into a little bit of a slower pace. This is why I can continue my own commentary. Ooh, Incineroar actually might be able to lose a stock here. No, he grabs the ledge just in time. Can he make a recovery? Shields up, but it's just going to be a jump tilt from the Min player. Can he make something happen? Maybe some magic. A 3-0 start for River Falls would be a dominant beginning in this dynasty that the Smash team will be building this semester. Very exciting right now. The Min player is a little scared, just trying to go for some side smashes, predicting where the Incineroar is going to land, but he is simply too quick for the human eye to even register. The naked eye unable to see that he falls right off the edge and immediately goes down to a 2-1, but still in the lead for River Falls. Now we're going to start slowing down a little bit, as both members are below 100 HP, probably not in a kill threat range. And like I said before, there are big implications on the line for this match. Both teams are 4-2, but again, that's mainly because of the Swiss nature of this bracket. River Falls having arguably harder opponents, and now are up into this final bracket right before playoffs against North Central. If we win here at River Falls, we do have the potential to get into a three-way tie for first place between, presumably, Milwaukee and Whitewater. Going back into the game now, both players are up by 100% stock. This could be detrimental for the Incineroar player if he gets juggled up like this from Min. She can dish out so much damage from long range, but he is guarding up so much. Oh, a great counter, but it's not going to matter when you have a long range double hit attack like that. Well done from the Min player to read out the counter and pulling it out from River Falls, but now he's back at 8%. No kill capability at that low of a percentage. The Min is now going off the map. It is up to River Falls to guard all of this territory, and now Min just immediately got it back, but the bottom tilt is going to send her right off the map yet again. We are going back and forth and back and forth. It's a crisscross between ledge guards from River Falls, and he simply can't cement the 159 HP Min as she got 2 stocks off of him while she was still sitting at 1. Almost peaking up around 200, pushing that 200% number. Surely this will be the final smash after the command grab cements the doom for this poor Chinese boxer, and the Pokemon reigns supreme. Match number 1 goes to River Falls. Well done to our Incineroar player. Again, I don't know who that is off the top of my head, but congrats to them. Absolute dominant performance. Now, this is going to be the format where the Incineroar player will play again, but starting with 1 stock, as it is going to be a crew battle. What this means is that every single player will play until they are fully eliminated of stocks. So whoever North Central Technical College has up in the lineup next will be the next player to play from 3 stocks. However, our Incineroar player will have to drop down to that single stock until he is fully knocked out. Can it be a 3-0 stock victory for the Incineroar, taking out 2 players from North Central? We'll have to find out after we pick a map. We have map bans going on right now. Yes, I know, Smash Brothers map bans. I was new to this sort of realm as well. Not exactly my wheelhouse, but very interesting nonetheless. I assume it's because of the different kinds of platforms that are available to each Smash player. Now, the most interesting part of Sabinko, which is Incineroar's player, Sabinko is very, very aggressive. As I saw during the warm-up games and the scrims that we saw, very, very casual, very lighthearted, almost like a Sun Wukong kind of player, even though he's playing more of a cat and not a monkey, but very playful, but very aggressive. As people in karate, the Jaguar style might say, they're playfully cruel. They like to toy with their prey. So that's exactly what we're expecting to see right now going into match number 2. Afterwards, we will have our Byleth player known as PK Water. Samus player, Peak Comedy, as our third runner-up. And finally, to round off the entire team is what I assume is our up-and-coming team captain after Coach Dom, unfortunately had to depart us, is our DK player, Just Johns. Again, River Falls, we expect them to bring home the bacon every single time, but this is going to be a much more interesting match because, yes, we are objectively better than them in our mechanical skill. Yes, we do have the better coaching staff. Yes, there's all these things that are going for River Falls, but the pressure is on the line for this match. So many things can go wrong at once. So many different variables are coasting across the screen at once, and we have a lot of flexible players that have one-trick ponies, but we have no idea what the opponents will bring to the table. There could be some sort of counter to Byleth that even I'm unaware of, and maybe even a Samus player is not going to be able to outrun what the enemy is going to be able to bring to the table. So we're going to have to see as these matches play out. Finally, I don't have to keep rambling. We did pick a map after those map bans, and it is going to be Cloud. Cloud is a very interesting one because you typically want to keep your distance as Cloud, charge up that meter as much as possible. The down special is going to charge the limit break. The limit break is going to be your kill combos, your immediate threat combos. The side special especially can knock somebody out at, what, 80%? Something like that, especially in the lightweight classes. Unfortunately for the Cloud player, Incineroar is not one of those. But as we're seeing right now, after these iframes let up, it is going to be an all-battle pugilistic brawl between these two players of each varsity team from their respective schools. One stock on the Incineroar player. Can he 3-0 the Cloud? Even if he can't, any stocks that he can take off the board will be beneficial for his team. And immediately, we're going into such an aggressive play. This is exactly what I was talking about. Cloud wanting to keep his distance, building up that limit break, trying to bring home the bacon for his team by knocking out the Incineroar player and evening the odds between player counts. But this Incineroar is just not letting up, threatening the footstool. The ledge guards are impeccable from this Garfield player. Charging at the limit break in the center stage now. An up tilt is going to cancel it from the Incineroar, but he gets caught in the up special from Cloud. Ooh, a missed grab from UWRF. Unfortunately, I think that would have been a kill, but he lands the second one. Instead of sending him off into the left, he instead sends him straight upward, hoping that he could ledge guard a little bit easier from a vertical standpoint rather than a horizontal one, but no. NCC jumps right back onto the map and is now pulling every single punch possible. The Incineroar nowhere even close to death on any of these limit breaks. He has not been able to hit a single one. Oh, but it's just going to be the side smash that does it. I will eat my words for breakfast tomorrow as Final Fantasy Cloud Strife will claim the Pokemon's life, sent back to the Master Ball for you, Incineroar. Unfortunate, but it is still going to be an even man count. No team is going to have the... What's the word I'm looking for? Oh my goodness gracious. There's not going to be a benefit to this other than knocking out the first player. It is still going to be an even foothold. Advantage, that's the exact word I'm looking for. Goodness, golly gracious. Apologies, I had a wonderful chicken sandwich earlier, and now it's just going straight to my head. Map bans are coming out. However, we do have to re-select our fighter, as I believe it is going to be PK Water showing up, dousing the enemy, trying to extinguish the flame that North Central Technical College has built up with this momentum after the Cloud gameplay. Can he do it? I think so. I think Byleth is absolutely unstoppable as long as you have him in the right hands. The weapon specialist that Byleth is means that he can bring artillery and range with his side special, which is a bow and arrow. You can charge that up to deal a lot of damage or not charge it up that much like Link does and only send it up for a little bit of distance. You have the side smash, which is going to be your spear. That's also going to be a big knock-up and damage dealer. That is I believe that it goes through a lot of light armors as well. And then finally the bottom smash, especially when you hit a shield break where the enemy is completely stunned for X amount of time. I believe it's different for each weight class, but I could be wrong. I think maybe it's like 3 seconds or something. The down special for Byleth, which you can change, it's omnidirectional. While charging up, you can change it from left to right, is an huge Warhammer axe that executes its target. So if this Cloud isn't careful and isn't quick enough and gets his shield broken, it's going to be an immediate execute, an immediate stock off the board. Now, a little bit more of an aggressive play right now. This Cloud player must understand the matchup, wanting to close the distance, not letting any of these special abilities or weapons come out from the Byleth, trying to keep it as close quarters as possible so none of these charge attacks can come out, like the spear I was mentioning earlier. These side tilts are insane right now from this Cloud. Absolute domination in the percentage department after the first 5 seconds of the game. We're not even 30 seconds in, and he's already got his limit break up, taking so many hits and dealing so much. He's going to go up to 84% on the Byleth. Great recovery, though. The up special with that chain can go for so long. It's longer than a Richter chain, I believe. And Simon, for that matter. Any of the Castlevania characters. But this Cloud is not letting up. The recovery will rescue the River Falls player again. PK Water doing as much as he possibly can to just close this gap, but the Cloud wants to do it first. And unfortunately, it's going to be the side smash that cements the first stock. No, it's not! I hold my breath as everybody else does as well in the audience. Look at all of those screaming fans in the Pokemon Stadium. Nobody knows how this match is going to go at 127%. It's going to be one unfortunate tilt that lands onto the forehead of PK Water that cements one stock onto the board. It's going to be a 2-3 deficit for River Falls. So quick, so hard to track this Cloud. Really well done with that shield guard right there. Not expending any of the shield if you perfectly counter any sort of attack. Limit break side special is going to knock PK Water off the map, but he's just going to recover just fine. He's going to keep recovering, but this edge guard is too much to handle from this Cloud. Insane. Side special does not land. It goes a little bit wide, charging up that limit break little by little whenever there's space made. And as we can see, the limit break just keeps going through once he smashes out PK Water. 114% now, not able to take a single stock up, but brought up to 62%. If we can maybe get a little bit more closer to the 100% range, we could see a stock go in the way of River Falls, but it's very, very difficult with this amount of edge guarding. So many tilts. He's unable to go vertically. He's unable to go horizontally, and the very tail end of the side special smash limit break lands onto the forehead of PK Water, sending him straight back into the fountain. One stock left on PK Water. Can he make it happen? Now he's gone the aggressive. Ooh, the up special does land onto the peak. I thought that the Cloud player was going to be doomed from the start, but no, it's going to be another up special that catches both ends of PK Water. Down smash doesn't land him, though. He protects himself perfectly within that red bubble. Ooh, an unfortunate miss from the chain of the up smash. That would have been an incredible kill right there. The limit break is used and misses by a long shot. Not even close, a country mile, but it doesn't matter because 60% is really all you need as long as he charges up another limit break. Ooh, nice side smash. Doesn't send him off the map, but now he's sweating. All you got to do is get Cloud close. The recovery is not quite there for this character. Not quite as bad as Little Mac, but not as great as Byleth can be. Sending out these arrows with the neutral B is also not going to be enough to send him off the map. He's just simply too quick. Great up special from this Cloud. Charging up that limit break again. It's about 75% done. Sends him off with a nice little grab right there. Misses the limit break up special. River Falls instead. PK Water wanting to counter this and make some moves happen after that incredible juggling bouncy ball play. Sends him straight up into the stratosphere and knocks him clear up into Timbuktu. Goodness gracious, Team Rocket is blasting off again as he takes one stock off of Cloud. PK Water now getting a little angry at 114%. One stock, wants to make his team proud. Brings down the Cloud to about 18% on the second stock. Can he make something happen? No. He's a little bit too off screen. I don't know how that was a smash. I think we need to get a replay for that. Maybe a chrono break. I don't believe that for 1 second. Either way, PK Water will be sent backing, but it is not over yet. We still have 2 players from River Falls, and arguably some of our heaviest hitters are yet to come. We still have Peak Comedy on the Samus, itching to get his way in, itching to get some revenge for his 2 fallen compatriots. Let's see if the waters have quelled after PK Water or if the storm is surging yet again with this 3rd River Falls player. Pokemon Stadium may be the locale that we go back to, but I'm not entirely sure. Ooh, no, it's going to be Hollow Bastion from Kingdom Hearts. Great map. Gotta love it. Fantastic soundtrack as well. River Falls readying up. Now we're just waiting on North Technical College. It is fantastic to see how well this iteration of the roster has evolved over time. The last time I casted Smash or even really intently watched Smash was back when Dom was coaching. We had I think an entirely different roster other than Just John's on the DK, so it's really, really nice to see all of this fresh talent and these rookies coming in this semester and just tearing it up, showing the passion that they have to bring to the team. And we are ready for game number 3. This Cloud knocking out Incineroar Sabinko. Almost 3-0ing PK Water, but PK Water was too smart for that. Ended up getting a stock right off the NTC player before he had to call it quits. Now it's going to be up to Peak Comedy. Comedy, my boy, let's make it happen. After these iframes let up, there's no telling what can happen here, ladies and gentlemen. Charge up Mega Beam. This is actually a very, very interesting kind of matchup here because Samus also relatively wants to keep her distance to charge up that Mega Ball, and she's really good at getting those mobility plays, able to outrun, out-escape, close that gap really fast, and I think that's exactly what you need against somebody like Cloud. Cloud is somebody similar, can close the gap very easily, can do a lot of small tick damage, death by 1,000 cuts, but he also wants to keep some space to keep that limit break up, and limit break is exactly what we're about to see as he breaks through Peak Comedy's shield on that edge guard, bringing down the stock from River Falls from 3-2. And now it's just going to be an even playing field between these two players. 2 stocks, no items, flat map with one single platform. This is some extreme gladiatorial, pugilistic combat if I've ever seen it. I really do enjoy seeing the Samus gameplay, though. Ooh, and unfortunately, just as I speak, goes out the exact same way. History did repeat itself in this instance as the right side ledge guard from the Cloud McStrife will get the side smash cemented onto Peak Comedy and unfortunately send him packing with that limit break. However, the game's not over yet. We still have 77%, not quite enough for a tilt or even a smash for that matter to send him off the map. Nice charge bolt. Instead of keeping it in the pocket, instead of setting it straight across the map, but the Cloud charging at him. Very, very well done. Now Cloud is going to have to change up his strategy by getting up a little bit closer from that top turnbuckle. But River Falls isn't out of this yet. Peak Comedy wants some blood, 120%. Ooh, and grabs onto the ledge with that up special grab. The tether from Samus goes so far. Both players not wanting to give an inch. Even though the Cloud McStrife still has house money to play with, he does not want to give up any sort of ground unless he's able to secure the kill confidently, and that's exactly what he does. A tirade right now from North Central. 2 stocks still on this Cloud, nobody yet to contest him. And there's still 2 players left on North Central. Can Just Johns make it a clean sweep for this DK? 1 stock for every individual player. Can he make it happen? In fact, he actually can't lose a stock to every single player because there's 3 of them left. Goodness golly, I can't do elementary math. But if there's anybody that can do it, it will be Just Jones. That's exactly what we're here to see, ladies and gentlemen. We like a good narrative. We like a good story. This is exactly what we said in the writer's room is, okay, PK Water, Peak Comedy, you guys are going to take a dive. You know, you're going to let him feel a little bit egotistical. You're going to give him, you know, some brownie points. You guys want to stomp him a little too fast. We got to let the audience have that build-up, have that climactic moment. The second half downside, the second half valley in narrative. The hero's journey. There always needs to be a downfall before we see the sun again. That's exactly what we're seeing right now with Donkey Kong. Pulling that signature green fur. It looks like he was sitting out in the forest for a little too long. Got some mold and moss growing on him, but some ancient wisdom is exactly what River Falls needs right now to outsmart this Cloud player. He's simply too quick and too intelligent to be hit by any sort of mortal weaponry until we bring out the big guns, and that's exactly why we have Just Johns on the team. Now, we do have to wait for the iframes to wear off as Cloud has a suicide for a little bit of a health deficit, which was taken off from Sapinko. Well done to the Incineroar player. And oh my goodness, the grab into the up tilt. These DK combos are gross. Now, similar to Peak Comedy on the Samus and Cloud with the limit breaks, there will be a charge move on DK that we have to look out for. Every single time that there's off time, anytime that there's some sort of breathing room between these two players, both of them will be charging up their moves, and we have to see which one of them has it charged up first and which one of them has the opportunity to strike. I know that the players are making a million decisions a minute, something that I can't even comprehend. Ooh, it could be a side special right now. The limit break is charged up and the DK smash isn't, but he sidesteps it, reading his opponent like a book. Well done from Just Johns, understanding what's at stake right now. The ground pound is going to send Cloud packing, and he's just going to football him into the stadiums. Oh, that's my favorite Donkey Kong move of all time. Throw him over your back like a sack of potatoes and send him into the stratosphere, and that's exactly what we're going to see right now. A 3-1 stock over to the River Falls. Finally, they're making up some ground, and this charge... The charge punch is available right now. He is steaming. He has some steamed hams, and he wants to make Cloud some steamed hams as well. I smell something cooking. It's going to be in the kitchen of DK. Ooh, I think he actually used the charge smash right there in the middle animation after he got hit by that tilt, so it will be discharged now. He will not have that available, 137%. He cannot afford a single stock from this Cloud. He has two more opponents to face. Ooh, nice little side dodge right now. The air dodge does give you invulnerability from the tilt, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to expound that into a kill on the Cloud. A perfect game from Just Johns, bringing River Falls right back into the match, and the comeback is coming, baby. I am excited. That's exactly what I knew was going to happen. I had no doubt in my mind. Fantastic gameplay. That was incredible. That last stock that he took off predicted the Cloud's side tilt. He knew that he was going to smash. He wasn't going to go for some sort of limit break charge. He wasn't going to try and dance around and bluff the DK like, I'm actually going to attack you. I expect you to shield. And because I expect you to shield, I'm actually going to charge up. He instead just side dodges through it so that none of it mattered either way, and he still was able to close the gap. That's way better than shielding, because you're stationary when you hold the shield button, unless you do that little roll. But if he air dodges, he can get behind the Cloud, pick him up, and get that cemented combo in. Well done from Just Johns. North Central Tech College now regrouping. They're a little scared. I can hear them shivering in their timbers after that absolute stomp that we just saw. Not a single stock taken off of Just Johns on this DK. The raid boss is here, and I don't think they have enough party members to take him down. I haven't seen something this difficult since Leviathan on Destiny 1. Now remember, this is not going to be the end of the season for River Falls Smash Team. There is still going to be a playoffs after this. The winner of this game, however, is going to decide the seeding and the pooling for the playoffs. I believe we actually still might play this exact same team in the playoffs, depending on how other matches go. So there will be a rematch potential here against this team, but buddy, whoever wins this one will have a potential three-way tie for first place and will have bragging rights and mental edge over the next time that they face these teams. That is exactly what these players are playing for. Both of them have a guaranteed playoff spot, so there's no trouble there. But it is going to be that mental factor, that what do you have to offer? What do you have to show me that I haven't already seen? We already read you so many times. It's like Sunday school with the Bible. How many more times can you go over it? I think that's exactly what Just Johns is showing him right now. He's played against Terry players. Our old coach Dom was a Terry one-trick, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now, is understanding how Terry moves. It's a very, very difficult champion to figure out, but if you play like that, then it's no problem. One stock off the board, and it is going to be beneficial for Just Johns, as I think NTC underestimated how large the gap was between him and the side of the edge. A little bit of a bottom slam. The charge fist is up, and the shield is almost broken for the Terry player. We'll have to see what happens. The combo does not come through as he side dodges onto the left side of the ledge. That is exactly why they're on varsity. I'm not. I wouldn't have even considered to do that. That was a potential kill for the Terry, but instead, he was able to ledge guard off the side. Just Johns, your brain is too big. It must be leaking out of your ears right now. Charge fist is used. Terry is almost at his Fury bar after he hits a certain percentage. I believe it's going to be 100, but I believe the heavyweights such as DK can make it happen, and he doesn't even have to. 112%, you don't even have to get him back onto the board. It's going to be a 3-1, or my goodness, excuse me, a 1-3 deficit for North Technical. Can they bring home the bacon, or will they just be melted like butter? We'll have to see what happens right now. These monkey rolls are insane. I don't think this Terry player understands what's going on. Another little bit of a side dodge. Doesn't matter how much time you take to pick your character, Terry. You cannot analyze this DK hard enough. He is just simply too slippery for you. Side smash does land on a River Falls, but like I said, he's a heavyweight. 160% is nothing to him. If he gets hit with one more combo, though, he is sent off the map. It's going to be 2-1 with one more player to go after he wins this match, assuming he does, but I have faith. Ye of little faith, as they say. Holds him up like a sack of potatoes, sends him up towards the heavens, and it's going to be a disrespectful smackdown. Oh my goodness, put this man on a pogo stick because he is hopping around his opponents. Unbelievable from Just Johns. He did, unfortunately, you have to accept that you're going to take a stock on Terry. Doesn't matter how bad the player is, it's just the character, okay? Nintendo's never going to nerf him. We all just have to accept that. But really well done from Just Johns, annihilating Cloud, decimating every single opponent that he's had so far. Who do they have left in the pocket? I don't think there's any sort of hidden weapon that North Technical can pull out, but we're going to have to see. North Central may have some sort of golden gun in the back pocket. However, when it comes to DK, he doesn't care. He's just going to be eating bananas all day. I believe we're still waiting for the character change and a couple map bans, but then we will jump right back into it. How's everybody doing in the audience? Fantastic? Is anybody watching this? Awesome. Cool. I will have to give it to Sabinko, though, as well. I think that because of the immediate brain fuzz that I was experiencing on the beginning of the stream, I wasn't able to cast it properly, but really, really well done with those Incineroar players. One of the best Garfield players I've ever seen in my entire life. Really, really well done at closing those gaps with those small, slippery characters. Unfortunately, Cloud is just kind of a natural counter in that kind of regard, charging up those limit breaks, unable to really punish the Cloud after he's off the map with Incineroars on already kind of finicky recoveries himself. It's very, very dangerous to use your up special to get back onto the map, because if you miss it by just a hair, you're going straight down to Hades himself, all right? You're getting blasted. There's no way around it. Unfortunately, with characters like Incineroar and Little Mac, that's just something that you're just going to have to accept. But they do hit like trucks. And a truck he did. He was a freaking 16-wheeler in that first match. Well done to Sabinko. Really, really good job from PK Water and Peak Comedy to analyze the Cloud player, setting him up, wearing him down for Just Johns to come in and swoop for the victory. It was really a team effort. But the matches aren't over yet. We still have one left. Each team brought down to their fourth player, competing for a playoff spot and a potential three-place tie for first place. I think I said that correctly. Three-way tie for first place. Exactly. The playoffs will be erupting here, I believe, in the next week or so. So stay tuned for that. But it's going to be a ballistic kind of playoff bracket, because I believe Milwaukee and Whitewater, supposedly two of the best teams in the region that I still think the River Falls could beat, but they're the big juggernauts of this league, are going to most likely be facing off of each other. And these 4-2 teams, such as River Falls and North Central, are going to be playing each other. Now, even though that there will be a rematch, that one will have stakes, and that one will have a potential knockout from the playoffs. I don't believe it's double elimination. It may be single elimination. I'm not entirely sure. However, this one still matters as well, because you do get that placement and that different set of seeding. You get that regular season trophy, essentially. Or it's more of a metaphorical trophy, but you get the idea. You can potentially get first place in the regular season even if you drop out of the playoffs early. You can also do vice versa, where you don't get first place in the regular season and dominate the playoffs. Look at G2. They got 7th place in LEC, and they went all the way to first stand. So, anything could happen. Jumping into our final game of the day, River Falls will be at a deficit with 2 stocks right now, and this Bowser is going to bring the heat. 2 heavyweights from the Mario franchise squaring up now on small battlefield. Just Johns does have an advantage right now, 34% to 61%, and he is just not letting up. I don't think this Bowser player realizes that if he doesn't start a combo, he can't make a combo. He does end up going for the command grab, but he isn't able to amplify that in any sort of meaningful way, and now he's just simply getting juggled by Just Johns. These down smashes are not working, Bowser. What are you trying to do? You're just going to keep getting headbutted into the stratosphere. Tries to guard up, understanding that there could be a command grab coming, but no, it's going to be a monkey smash. Gets sent off the map onto the right side. 159%, and he's 2-2 now. Are they shaking in their boots? Is there some sort of little Morton Salt girl with yellow rain boots on the other side of my screen right now? Because this is not a professional Smash player. Tell me it is not. Because Just Johns is rolling him into a blunt right now. Charge Smash is available, 111%. He could get edge guarded right now. This is where the rubber meets the road. 125%, still not getting launched far enough. The monkey smash is going to be canceled by the up tilt. Fire Breath does not go through invincibility frames, and he's just going to monkey roll his way off into the right side of the map. No guard for River Falls. Oh, unfortunately, he charged the fist right before his up special was finished activating. Excuse me. So he will take a stock right there. One left. It is all or nothing for River Falls. Time to put the money where the mouth is. Side tilt, taking this Bowser player right off the map. 89% up to 100% just from that one slow. Tries to go in for a very, very greedy down special, but Bowser parries it perfectly and punishes Just Johns for that, bringing him to 70%. Just Johns is done messing around, hucks him like a football player. Is that Tom Brady on my screen? Unbelievable. Another one. Hail Mary, straight off the map. But this is going to be the hardest part of the game. It is going to be a 1-to-1. How climactic and how appropriate for the end of this matchup. We have to go all the way, ladies and gentlemen. 4th players on each team. 1 stock on each player. 44% brought up, but 60% now for the DK. Things are happening too fast. Side tilt keeps knocking him off onto the right side. This is great ledge guard, and the charge punch is available right now for River Falls as well. The command grab sends him up into the clouds. But the recovery will be there. He unfortunately lands right into the small hitbox of the fire and is unable to side dodge out of the up smash from Bowser. I can't believe that goes through platforms. Really well played from Just Johns. Really, really, really valiant effort. But unfortunately, North Central Technical College will snatch away the jaws of victory. What a crazy come up, though, from Just Johns. Can we just admit that? Almost eliminated 3 players on the enemy team. Well done, and I would not go home sad after that one, River Falls. We'll see you in the playoffs. Don't go anywhere, though, because we have League of Legends here at 7 o'clock right after this. Stay tuned, and I will see you later. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, but you didn't expect to see me again so soon, huh? That's right. April Fool's is a little bit of a late one, but I wasn't allowed to pull one on the last stream, so I will now. April Fool's is actually going to be a best-of-3. River Falls has a chance for glory and a chance for redemption after their last match. Now, like I said, it's a best-of-3 through the rounds. So once all 4 members of one team are knocked off, that round is over. Whoever wins 3 rounds takes the game, or 2 rounds, I guess, in this instance. First one will go to the Huskies over at North Central Tech College. However, River Falls, they're heating up. If we know anything about River Falls players, anybody here at Falcons University, at MooU, some say that the cow is actually our mascot because of how awesome we are at agriculture, you know that they heat up after a loss. They don't lick themselves and go back into the little cave like the gremlins they are. No, they get angry. They go into a battle fury. They proc their berserk mode, if you will. It's like the last stand in a video game where you have to get a kill to get revived. They go all at it like a feral animal. That's exactly what I expect to see from Sabinko here on the Incineroar, going up against his fabled arch nemesis, the Min Min. This is the first match that we saw last game, as the order does not change. But I think some new tricks have developed as these side tilts from the Incineroar are now putting the Min Min on the backside. Like I said before, this boxer wants to keep the distance, wants to not have the Incineroar close that gap, doesn't want to worry about edge guarding or anything like that, but artillery punches are the main damage dealer from this character. However, Incineroar, being the heavyweight wrestling WWE champion he is wanting to do as much damage from close range as possible. Great counter right there and a good command grab, but it's going to be canceled by the Min Min side tilt. Unfortunate misplay. I think River Falls, Sabinko actually probably could have canceled his own, or the Min Min's tilt if he was able to time it. But unfortunately, that wasn't going to be the case, and now he's going to be sitting onto the back foot. Oh, but a great up smash. Lands right under the forehead of the Min Min, brought down to 124%. Oh my goodness, what a comeback. I don't even think the Min Min player expected that as a possibility. And it's going to be a bull back suplex to send him straight back into Valhalla. 3-2 now. Benefiting River Falls, but he's brought up to 117. Goodness golly, that is not a pretty place to be. You are in the dire straits when you're at this high of a percentage. But like I said before, he's just like Rocky Balboa. He's not getting hurt. He's getting angry. And that's what we're going to see right now as he takes another stock off this Min Min very shortly. Don't make me eat my words. Come on. Let's not caster curse this. Edge guarding the Min Min is very difficult, though, because of the amount of range those grabs have. Oh, my gosh. Do the Huskies play nobody with normal grabs, with normal recovery? This is unbelievable. The recovery won't be enough, though, when you're facing off against somebody like Sabinko. Bring a deficit up to a 3-1, dominating this Min Min. 2-1 now at 170%, but, you know, you always got to give them a Make-A-Wish stock. You can't win them all. You can't perfect it. Oh, my goodness gracious. Juggling. Looks like Sabinko went to clown college while I was away because he is mastering the art of the juggle. Great side tilt to cancel the smash from the Min Min right there. And now sending her straight off the map. She's trying to recover with these side smashes in the air, but he just simply dodges it. It's so telegraphed. Look at this. Unbelievably telegraphed. All he has to do is close that distance, get a little bit more damage, and that's exactly what he's doing. Suplex Batman Bane smashes his spine onto the kneecap of this giant, colossal humanoid Pokemon. Is he even really a Pokemon at that point? Let's be honest here. It's basically just a dude. Music cut out a little bit, but now we're back into the gas, Tokyo drifting music. This is hype. This is what I love. This is what I live for. 156% is going to be enough after a sidekick swipe sends him straight off into the afterlife. Looks like Sabinko's going to the Master League right now with his Incineroar because he is unstoppable and on fire. Whew! He's hotter than a $2 pistol. We're going to move into match 2 right now. Sabinko will be up next. Unfortunately, down to 2 stocks after getting 1 taken off by the Min Min player. But now it will be Cloud. Now, this Cloud caused a lot of problems for River Falls in the past. Will Sabinko, and if not Sabinko, PK Water, learn from their mistakes and try and make up that ground that Just Johns had to make up for them in the last round? Oh, goodness, golly gracious. You know that moment when you have a sneeze brewing? And it just doesn't want to happen, and people say, look at a light, and then nothing happens. People say to open your mouth, and nothing happens. Yeah, they're a bunch of liars. Don't listen to them. You know who you should listen to? Sabinko, PK Water, Pete Comedy, and Just Johns with their Smash Brothers coaching, because they are dominant right now, on fire. And I expect that it's going to be a 1-1 scoreline after this round is done. Going back to Hollow Bash in the Kingdom Hearts map. Interesting pick. This is exactly where Cloud was dominating the last time. I'm wondering if they know something that I don't, because that one single platform, the long platform on such a small map, was giving the Cloud mobility to dodge any sort of skill shot, but he was still able to close the gap without having to go too high up on those top turnbuckle platforms like we do on the normal small battlefield where there's 3 small platforms. So I'm really curious that this was the map that was chosen out of the map bans. Oh! And guess who just ate his shorts? Because it's not going to be that. It's going to be Pokemon Stadium 2 with 2 small platforms. This could cause a little bit more problems. However, I think Sabinko can catch up to the Cloud. It's just going to be a matter of how fast can he charge up those. He's going to have to get more and more aggressive, Sabinko is, the longer that the battle plays out. Because if he allows Cloud any sort of space while he is himself damaged or wounded in any sort of way above 100 HP, 100 percentage, excuse me, then he's going to be one-shot by pretty much almost any ability that he can pull out. Starting very, very scared of each other, jumping back and forth, only hitting with 1 tilt until the command grab lands, sends him off the right side of the map, but still low percentages right now. It could be anybody's game. Side smash of his own is answered from the Cloud player. Limit break up to about 90%, 99%. Now it's brought up to 100 after the command grab lands from the Incineroar, but it's actually not in the Cloud's favor. And he uses the limit break. I don't know if that was just like trying to side smash the wall or if he had to use that to get back up onto the stadium. But now the Incineroar can close the gap and play a little bit more aggressive right now. Cloud trying to keep his distance by just throwing the sword up. That Buster Blade is really, really difficult to get down back onto Earth with. He's able to just up smash so easily, and it's actually a lasting up smash. It's not like a punch. He holds the blade above his head, and if you land on it, it's like spikes in Mario. So very, very difficult for this Incineroar to play the vertical game. However, he just, instead of grabbing the ledge, lands right on to Cloud. Limit break back at 99%, but what else is at 99% is almost his percentage at 101%. Both of these players are hurting mighty fierce. Limit break is up, but it's just going to lash onto the shield. No damage will be dealt onto the Incineroar. Ooh, and the side smash might cement it. No, brings him up to 137. Threatens the footstool, and instead just goes for the up smash. Finally, a stock is taken off. Sabinko showing his true worth and potential, going where no Incineroar player has gone before. First cat on the moon, if I've ever seen it. He's trying to send Cloud to space as well. Goodness golly, look at all of these up smashes. He wants to get one of those little team rockets blasting off again. Nice grab right there, smashing up into the ground, getting that vertical pogo, and then smashing him onto the right side small platform. Ooh, but unfortunately he's just going to get a shield break. That's why Cloud is going to charge up that smash and cement this kill. Oh my goodness gracious, onto the Incineroar player. A nice side smash limit break from the Cloud player as well. Ooh, but a command grab is going to not quite kill Cloud, but definitely make it a lot more difficult for him to play the game. 124%. Now Cloud wanting to close the gap. Ooh, command grab misses, though, but it's going to be the side tilt that makes up for it. And again, it's those lasting, I don't even know what you want to call them. The lasting hitboxes from the Cloud are the most difficult thing for the Incineroar to deal with. It's going to be the down smash or the up smash. You can't get close to him because it lasts there for so long. Up special is going to keep this Cloud alive. Tries to go for the side smash, but the Incineroar player of Sabinko is too smart for it. Ooh, and recovers really well done. The command grab in the air is going to send him straight up to heaven, meeting Jesus Christ himself. However, that's not going to be it. This Cloud is not yet crucified. We're going to have to see if he can toast him, spit him up onto the barbecue right now with his Incineroar breath, but I don't think it's going to be manageable for Sabinko unless he can pull a miracle out of his butt. 136%. The up smash will grab onto the ledge. Limit break at about 50%. Ooh, the down smash misses, but the side smash lands true. NTC Cloud brought down to 1 stock from Sabinko, which is only the first player on River Falls. River Falls still sitting comfortably in the driver's seat. Now, can PK Water extinguish the flame that this Cloud has going, or will he too boil under the pressure? We're going to have to find out in match number 3. After PK Water will be Pete Comedy, and we all know how good he is at Samus, so should be an easy cleanup regardless, and then it'll be an even man count. However, we can't count PK-Water out of the fight yet. Like I said before, Byleth, being the weapons master that he or she is, depending on the gender that you pick with the skin, there's a lot of utility disposable to get rid of this Cloud and close the distance before he can charge up that limit break, especially the side swipes. The side specials with that long spear has so much range and can go through platforms, similar to the Bowser spikes that we saw at the end of match 1. So it's going to be an interesting matchup that I think Cloud isn't unused to, but I think it's still going to be a very, very uncomfortable 3-0 stock that he's going to have to accomplish if he wants to knock out PK-Water from this pool. Waiting for NTC, they're going to have to gather their breath. Because goodness golly, I bet that Cloud player ran a marathon after dealing with Sabinko on the Incineroar. I would too. That man is a monster. Loading into match number 2, though. I guess match number 3, technically. You're going to have to wait for the iframes to let off, and then let loose the hogs of war. Or dogs, depending on what you like. And here we go. 2 anime protagonists squaring off. If this isn't my fantasy. Except one of them's a dude, but, you know, that's okay. We can work with it. Side smash and side tilts aren't going to land. They're just going to block each other. There's only 34% put on to the River Falls player of PK-Water. 31% instead on Cloud, but again, much slower game. Both these players not wanting to give a single inch. Good golly. They will trade blows afterwards right there. Game now speeding up. Ooh, limit break is charged. And he does land it, but it's only going to be the side special. That does the least amount of damage because it's a ranged attack from the charged up abilities of Cloud's limit breaks. So very, very interesting choice to go with the ranged neutral B instead of the charged side B. But regardless, I guess it got the work done. He's at 105% sitting off the edge. Can he edge guard? Yes, he can. This peak... Oh my goodness, not peak. This NTC player of Cloud is putting in the work against PK-Water. One stock is all PK-Water has to manage. Play it slow. Trust the process, and the process will net you a dead Final Fantasy protagonist. Ooh, a nice little shot off the arrow. Blocking the limit break with the shield, but unfortunately it's just going to be the side A that does him in. Still having 2 stocks to play with, though. PK-Water playing with house money. Let's see if he bets it all on red, or it's going to be a gutter ball. Quite the juggle we got here going. It's trading blows back and forth. A little bit of a parry from the Cloud player. But nobody, like I said before, giving an inch, because once you get an inch, you're going to want a mile. And once this Cloud gets a finger, he's going to want the whole damn hand. And that's exactly what he does right there with the side smash limit break, bringing it to a 1-to-1 stock scoreline. 121% though, sitting on the NTC player. PK-Water happen. He will bring the man count in River Falls' favor. Ooh. Ooh, both ledge guards from both players sent up into the sky from the up smash of River Falls. Ooh, but unfortunately he mistimes the other smash, and NTC is able to just block right through it. This Cloud player is not going down so easily. Byleth hits so light when you're just using the smashes. Cloud is simply too quick to deal with when you're wanting to use any of these other sort of abilities that Byleth has to offer. He misses the side smash, though. He gets those River Falls PK Fires able to get those iframes, and he's able to send them right off the map with a little bit of a whip action. And it's just going to be the side smash that cements it. Okay, goodness gracious. I was holding my breath right there. I was turning a little bit blue. Cheeks were going a little bit purple. But PK-Water brought it home and extinguished the flame that was Cloud. Now it is going to be PK-Water against the next opponent. 2 members left of the pool for North Technical College. Will the Huskies be able to do it? Or will they be whimpering home? We'll have to find out. How long is this one going to take, I wonder, to select their character? Last time it took what felt like eons. I wonder if they know how to select the menu buttons. And we're still waiting. PK-Water showing dominant performance on Byleth after throwing him a couple Make-A-Wish stocks. After the first 2 went in the way of Cloud, but he was able to cement the victory in the end there. Byleth is an absolute unit. when you are able to land those smashes, but Cloud is such a difficult champion to deal with because the only thing you can hit him with are the light tilts, the light grabs, anything that's sort of a light attack, not a clear smash attack that can send them off the edge because he's simply too quick. He can jump around. He has those lasting smashes where you can't exactly close the gap whenever he's jumping or, I guess, falling in that matter if he's using the down smash. So really well done from PKWater to adapt that situation into his favor as that match prolonged, but we'll have to see if the same thing can be said for the next opponent. I don't believe it'll be the Bowser player. I believe that will be set for 4th, just as Just Johns, our DK, is going to also be set for 4th after Peak Comedy, our Samus player, is up for the bat. But that's way in the future because I expect PKWater to now clean house after dealing with that Cloud. We'll have to see what happens. A little bit of an intermission right now. Like I said before, this is going to be a best of 3. However, in a couple minutes, around the 7 o'clock mark, potentially more close to 7:15, we will have a League of Legends match coming up, and I will still be casting for that. The broadcast will still be running. Smash Brothers will also still be going on in the background, so do not worry about that at all. We will keep those results updated, and we will give them on stream as we can, but League of Legends right now is in the playoffs. The varsity team for the League team is facing off against an old opponent of theirs. Very, very difficult matchup, but I think they're going to bring home the bacon. They do have a few weaknesses that they've already poked out in the backside with the coach's room and the players. They've already told me about how they've kind of analyzed this team. They have a couple top drafts that they really want to go with specifically, so I'm very, very excited to see what they bring to the table in the next draft that we see for match number 1 of League. However, we're not in League. We're in Smash Brothers, and I'm not sure exactly what's taking so long. I believe there's still map banning. But, yeah, we are. Town and City, good map. It's just going to be a flat battlefield with edges on it, so it's not going to be like a Bridge of Eldon or a Wii Fit Studio where you can run off the map. But there are not going to be any platforms. There's not going to be anywhere to run on this map other than just jumping. So every single player is going to have to keep that into account, and Samus is going to be a little tricky to deal with. Now, the reason it's going to be tricky to deal with is because, like I said before, Byleth hits the power moves on slower stationary targets, such as Bowser. However, Samus is very hyper-mobile, very, very quick champ, easy to just shoot rockets at your opponent and sort of run away, dropping the bombs whilst you do so. And I also stand corrected. I thought that this was going to be the flat map. I guess I was completely wrong. I must be thinking of something else. There's going to be 3 different platforms right now. Middle is going to be slightly lowered offset from the 2 on the side, so there will be a lot of space to play for these players. Samus trying to go in for a couple funky moves with a bomb drop, roll into the grab, but it misses by a country mile. PKWater trying to answer for a grab of his own, but instead he just gets rolled under immediately, is now getting comboed up. Rolls right into a bomb, back into a side charge from the Samus. Now, this is exactly where Samus shines, right? The edge guard, throwing up all these objectives, never letting up on this aggressive playstyle, charging up those super shots, throwing those missiles out, running away in order to make this sort of space or sending them off the map. This is exactly what Samus excels at. Now, Byleth wants to close that gap. Very, very melee-inspired champion, very, very heavy-hitting champion. Again, better for these slow targets. So it's very, very hard to see PKWater 3-0ing this. However, crazier things have happened, and he's already done so much work already. 96% on a light target like Samus. He just has to land one good smash, and he'll be sent packing home. Even if he dies, I was just about to say, even if he dies, he takes 1 stock off. That's just going to be enough for his team to celebrate because River Falls is already playing, like I've said before, with house money. It doesn't matter if PKWater dies here because it'll just be an even man deficit, but if he even gets 1 stock off, it's advantageous for River Falls. Well done to PKWater, keeping the gap closed, taking out the Samus player. Even though it was only 1 stock, it's still on the board, and that makes Pete Comedy's job that much easier. Now, as we are waiting for the League of Legends match to fire off, I will be accompanied by one of my new favorite casters that we have on the broadcast team, Jay. Now, Jay, you might know him as Quirky Bandkid 101XD69 on the YouTube, but we should all know him as J Money, because that's what they know him in the streets. Now, Jay, pop on one of those headsets and join me. Welcome, welcome, Jay. Oh, heavens to Betsy, I'm tying you up with these knots.
There we go. Just fixing the enter key.
How are you doing tonight, Jay?
Oh, I'm good. Very busy. Class has been kind of nutty towards the end of the semester, but you know what? This is my relaxation time. So,
Absolutely. Glad to hear it. Well, I'm glad to have you aboard. And that's something else that we got to consider right now, too. These River Falls players not only put in the work and the passion on the games that we're seeing right now, but they are putting in so much work on their extracurriculars as well as their curriculars, right? Like every single one of these guys is going to class just like you and and just like every other student on campus. So well done for them, able to balance all of those spinning plates at once. I can't even imagine it. Varsity players, you guys are made of a different kind of material because, good golly, and a lot of them have jobs on top of that. I'm pretty sure a lot of the teams actually work for Dots over here across the hallway. So
yeah.
Love to see it. Anyway, thought I'd shout them out. You guys are doing great. For any of the varsity players that are watching this right now, keep up with the extracurriculars. You are kicking butt. Keep up with your curriculars. You are kicking ass. Okay? Get those essays in. Do those final tests. You're doing fantastic. You are as well, Jay. Well done.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you're going to class and not bailing on it for Smash Brothers like I am.
It's the caffeine and the Adderall that gets me through the day.
Well, we got some Persona 5 music to jam to while we wait. We do have some map bands going right now. Now, here's something I didn't know. Ooh, I was going to ask if they do requests. I was gonna see if we could do flying colors. Anyway, I don't even think the Persona map is in the map pool, unfortunately. I would love to see it, but I don't think that's in the competitive Smash. We do have a map picked, though. It is going to be Pokemon Stadium yet again. Is this a Yoshi I'm seeing? No, it couldn't be. It is. So, Peak Comedy, that's our player. Comedy is going to be going Yoshi this time around. He played Samus last round.
Okay, so now...
And now, the NTC player is playing Samus. So instead of a mirror matchup, it's going to be Yoshi. I wonder if Peak Comedy knows something that we don't, where Yoshi's like a crazy counter to Samus, because Comedy plays Samus as well. So, Samus does have to take a stock right now because she was stalked in the last round. This is a crew battle. So it's every single player plays until all of their stocks are extinguished.
Gotcha.
So the Samus player actually played our Byleth player PK Water last match and killed PK Water, who only had one stock left. But PK Water was able to get a stock off of Samus. That's why Samus is starting with 2 stocks here, whereas Yoshi, Peak Comedy, who's just starting this round, starts with 3 stocks.
Gotcha.
That's why River Falls is starting in an advantageous position. Both players are the 3rd member in their respective team pools. So, if River Falls loses 1 stock right here, we will be at an even deficit, at least for the time being. Yoshi, nice recovery, but this ledge guard from the Samus is just not letting up. 120%. Tries to go for a little bit of a cheeky run right there, the Yoshi, but instead he side dodges into the charge bolt, and then instead just casually lands onto a fully charged bolt. It is even now, however. A little bit of damage done onto the Samus. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Closing the gap on this character, can you see how annoying it is? This Yoshi player is having to put in so much work just to get close to the Samus.
Yeah.
He's so springy. He's so energetic. It's like playing against Sonic or Little Mac.
I've played Super Smash Bros. For N64, so the OG, and I only know how to play Kirby. So I have no idea what's going on, but I like what I see, so...
Well, funny enough, Samus and Yoshi have hardly changed in those games, in that generational upgrade that they have received from Nintendo 64 to, what was the next one? GameCube with Melee, to the 3DS, to the Wii, all the way to the Nintendo Switch that we're seeing right now. And very little changes, I believe, have been even made to Yoshi. Because the more I'm thinking about it, the more I've watched Amza play Super Smash Melee, and a lot of the movesets are very, very similar. Some of the hitboxes have been changed, and a lot of the aiming with the eggs have been changed, but I believe these 2 characters have been rather untouched. And untouched is not what we're seeing from these 2 players. It's going to be 2-2 stock scoreline with both of them over 100%, 147 from the Samus player. Good golly, Miss Molly. Now, you mained Kirby.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
I learned...
Oh, I just looked away for a second. River Falls put one onto the board. Sorry for the interruption. A charge bolt from NTC will come out. But Peak Comedy's putting in work now. Okay, now it's a 1-1 scoreline. Now things should potentially slow down.
Back to zeros on everyone. 0.0.
1-1 stock, though. This is where The big energy comes out from these players. This is where their adrenaline is just pumping through their veins. The little adrenal gland is surging right now. It's excreting. I can't believe all of these projectiles going back and forth. We're watching a ping pong game or an esports match?
He's on fire.
I'm waiting for the tongue grab to send him off the map. I'm really hoping that's what happened. Ooh! Oh, side dodges, but unfortunately the Samus player was ready for that. Is able to up special and catch him right on the tail end of his hitbox. No pun intended, it actually does hit the Yoshi's tail. 130% now. Peak Comedy is in trouble. He was able to bring the Samus player down to 1 stock, but that's potentially all she wrote.
Right in the neck.
NTC on a dominant streak right now. However, we saved our hidden trump card up our sleeve up until now. I don't know if you've been watching our Varsity Smash Brothers.
I have. I've been paying attention to the Discord quite fondly.
Well, if you know anything about the Smash team, you know that Just Johns is an animal. Not just in the game where he plays Donkey Kong, but he is an animal in fighting spirit.
Physically a deer with a controller.
I don't know how he hits the button so fast with those hooves.
So crazy.
It's crazy.
So crazy.
It's like when they taught a gorilla to sign, like a parrot to speak. They taught this deer how to play Smash Brothers, and I was like, you can't do it. The laws of science or nature wouldn't allow it, but he did it. He did it against all odds. You can teach a deer to play Smash Brothers, or you can teach him to fish, or however the saying goes.
But
he will dominate Smash Brothers.
You can't teach a Smash Brothers to deer.
Exactly. You can't teach a North Central Tech School student to beat a deer. That's just not possible. They don't know how to. Their brains turn off. And that's exactly what I'm excited to see right now from Just Johns pulling out the DK. I'm surprised we're not having the waiting room music and we're instead opting for the nature ambiance.
Speaking of the nature and the animal factor.
I can't complain. I will say I am losing my voice because I forgot that I can't hear myself through the headset, so I was like thinking that I was talking at a normal volume. Good golly.
You're talking at streamer volume.
I gotta save some energy though for the League of Legends match, which I already brought up, is going to be starting here very shortly.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Very excited about that.
I'm not sure if we actually have draft underway, but the league match will be starting. Stay tuned for that. We will be switching over the broadcast. I am excited to see where the Smash Brothers team goes from here, if it will be a 2-0 victory for North Central or if River Falls will bring the comeback onto the big screen. However, big screen is not where they will be, unfortunately, because we are going to switch over to League of Legends. Good luck to Just Johnson. Good luck to the rest of the team as they continue their Smash careers. Again, this is just a regular season match. Then they will be going into the playoffs. However, for the league game, we are in the playoffs. This is a do-or-die situation, not best of one, single elimination match for the league team. So they have to win this best of 3.
Yep.
Now, while we're waiting for the league stream to get set up, because we will have some of those technical delays, we're going to keep looking on this Smash Brothers. I didn't expect the game to start right now. I thought that they were going to take a little bit more time with the map bans, but here we are. Now, can Just Johns show us what he did last time? I don't know if you were watching, Jay. I believe you were in class or potentially driving. But Just Johns put on an absolute clinic on North Central. Unfortunately, North Central Technical College was able to squeak out a win by 1 stock.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But Just Johns was able to take out their 2nd seed player, their 3rd seed player, and their 4th seed player.
Ooh!
And their 4th seed, well, I guess not taking out the 4th seed player, but he had to fight the 4th seed player at 2 stocks, and then he brought them down to 1 stock at 150%.
Oh, my goodness.
So if he had that 3rd stock, he would have won. But regardless, that's where we're at now. That's all in the past. We don't speak ill of the dead. Close only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes, as my great-grandpappy once said. And speaking of close, this is a very, very close match. Despite Just Johns playing with so many stocks at his disposal, he is playing very, very safe. Interesting to see where this will go next. NTC is just not letting up right now at all. Oh my goodness, golly gracious.
Yeah,
he can't even close the gap.
If I'm going to use league terms, I feel like NTC is very poke-heavy, and that's just basically Wukong trying to get on top of him.
You want to know something interesting? That's the exact parallel I made earlier. I said that it's a very Wukong-type playstyle where you jump around a lot and you're kind of like playfully tagging the enemy with a bunch of little attacks, death by 1,000 cuts, if you will.
Yes.
Right? So it's very funny that you drew the exact same parallel. I said that exact same thing. both players being very, very scared. They know what's on the line. They know that they're playing. Look at the respect, the fundamental respect between these two. Sends him off the edge, and that's one stock done and dusted. Just Johns was just playing for him. I was about to say respect, but I think that he was just playing with his food like a cat and mouse. Goodness, golly gracious. I would say that what that reminds me of from a documentary that I saw the other day, but I don't want to get the stream demonetized. It involves chimps ripping apart a monkey.
Yep.
And that's what I envisioned. Well done to the Samus player, though. We don't want you to get ripped apart. We love you. But goodness golly, he put a clinic on you. Just Johns showing why he is the dominant force on this team and why he is the trump card that you bust out only when the situation is dire. Now comes the climax. Like I said, there's that second act low point before we hit the grand revelation, the final battle in the hero's journey, right?
Yeah, it's the ballad before the closer.
Exactly. See, music, that's why we bring you along. That's what we pay you for. And that's what we're seeing right now.
We get paid?
I didn't say anything like that. But you didn't hear that. Final 4 players. First 3 were knocked out. The 4th C players on each team. The final guard will be going head-to-head right now. NTC's 4th player versus Just Johns on the DK. Anything can happen. NTC might walk away with a 2-0 victory, knocking River Falls back into, potentially second place, somewhere like that. But they will still make playoffs. They will still have playoff eligibility. Or River Falls makes that comeback. Just John cements the win, destroys the 4th player on the NTC side, and we go all the way to the 3rd round, where every single one of these 8 players will have to square off yet again. Unfortunately, I don't believe that will be on stream, but like I said, we will keep posted on that. We will remain a very clear ear, open ears, clearing out the earwax, getting rid of all those sinuses, draining it. You take some Flonase before this because you're going to want to be listening. Okay. And we will tell you the results afterwards. But like I said, not too much stress on the Smash team. I know they bring a lot of heat, a lot of the passion, but they will have games after this regardless of the result. League team, I can't speak for as much, though. That's what we're going to have to see after this round. Now, the Bowser is exactly who took us out last time at 1 stock over 100%.
Gotcha.
It was incredible. It was very cinematic.
Yeah.
Can we see the same thing right now? Just Johns, he did start with 2 stocks the last time he faced up against this opponent. Will he be able to simply 3 stock? Will he bring the bacon home? We're going to have to see. Same strategy being implemented by the Bowser, going with those vertical damager abilities, trying to get those jump strikes in and those shell ground pounds. But I think Just Johns is privy to the strategy. He's just going to pick him up like the little turtle he is, like I did in elementary school after visiting the river. And what did I just watch?
That was a punch to the stomach.
Are you telling me
that led to straight death?
He picked up a heavyweight character, jumped off the map with him, threw him in to the smallest hitbox on the side of the ledge, sidekicked him like a foosball player, or what are they even called?
Soccer.
No, not soccer. Rugby.
Sure.
Like a badminton player when they're really bad.
There we go.
He kicked him straight off the screen. That was glorious. I'm at a loss for words. That was. He had to do that on purpose. He didn't want to do that just for the win. He wanted to do that just to style on him. There's no way. He's putting on some entertainment. He knew they were getting a little bit bored with the hard super court sweaty. He wants to put on some panache. He likes the pageantry. Just Johns likes to toy with his feud. He's the cruel leopard of the group. Ooh. I didn't even know that tech existed, but
I don't know what's going on, but it looks cool.
Sideswipe from the Bowser keeps Just Johns off the map, but he's going to be able to easily get back on. He's in his opponent's head. Just keeps juggling him with those forehead grabs. Charging up those smashes, exactly what the Samus was doing. Keep your eyes. Also similar to the limit breaks. Any sort of off time that the DK player has, he's going to be charging up that final smash. I guess you would say it's the charged punch, not the final smash, but you know what I mean. Picks him up like a football, and Tom Brady's him into oblivion.
Oh my goodness.
100% with a charged smash, and he uses it to bring his opponent to 49, 62% right off spawn. His invincibility frames didn't even have time to register before he's already taking damage. Oh my gosh, on the up special. That might be it. The up special canceled his up special. Oh my gosh, both the monkey spin canceled the turtle spin, and then both of them plummeted, but because the monkey was closer to the ledge, he was able to grab it. Oh my god.
Both Wukong and Rammus used their ults.
Cinema. Unbelievable. This is what I expect from Just Johns. Yeah, that first stock, he had to just been playing around. There's no way. That's insane.
Yeah,
What
I
a mop
don't
boss.
know anything about it, but it looked cool, and you guys reacted, so it had to have been cool.
These DK grabs are unbelievable. Well, typically the combo that you want to use when you use the DK grabs is either throw them off the edge, throw them into the ground so then they spike up and then you can get like a little tilt in, a little bit of damage.
Yep.
Or like you saw him do, throw them straight up into the air and then use a headbutt smash to do even more damage and send them higher. Those are typically the three common, most, I guess, DK utilized moves. But instead of throwing him off the map, he walked off the map with him, threw him back at the map, and then the map flung him back at DK, and then he tippy-toed like, smell my finger, smell my toe, boop.
Into oblivion.
He put his little
Into the
piggies
stratosphere.
into the Bowser's mouth. That was unbelievable. I can't believe what I'm watching.
I like when I play Kirby, very rarely whenever I play, I'm usually not very good. So if I can inhale my opponent, I just run to the edge and we duo death that. And I say, you know what? I got the kill. I'm better than you.
Oh my goodness. That's too funny.
Oh, it's good. It's good sucking at a game. It's fun playing a game that you don't realize you're bad at because you haven't played it enough to realize, oh, I actually suck at this. That's me in any Smash game.
Now, that will be 1-1, tying up the scoreline. Well done to River Falls, but the game is not over yet. They are not out of the swamp as they have one more left to play. All four members of each team, all 8 players, goodness golly gracious, of the match will have to face off and square up yet again in one final ultimate showdown. I have faith in River Falls. I have faith in Just Johns especially, but also Sabinko, Comedy, and Water. What do you think?
I don't know too much about them, but I'm always rooting for River Falls. They seem like they did really good recently, so I'm going to go ahead and say they'll probably sweep this one good.
Absolutely. Good luck, boys. We're going to be right back going between screens as we switch over to League of Legends versus UW-Whitewater.